That is why the work for the poorest of the poor is so beautiful and attractive, because it fills the heart with great joy and with great love. And the more we are in love with the poor, the closer we come to the heart of Jesus.
Mother Teresa, inside the United States Capitol, extolling those within listening distance and beyond to help the less fortunate. That speech given when she accepted the Congressional Gold Medal in the year 1997. You know, a lot of speeches are given on Capitol Hill, and seldom are people listening. But I can tell you, as one who served in the Congress at that time, her words were taken to heart, and a lot of people spoke about what she had to say. Now, almost 2 decades later, Mother Teresa is about to become Saint Teresa of Calcutta, as this Sunday, Pope Francis will raise her to the altars at a canonization mass in St. Peter's Square. Let's discuss it with Msgr. Hilary C. Franco, advisor and permanent observer at the Mission of the Holy See. Msgr, we always appreciate your time on Newsmax Prime.
Well, I love to be with you at all times, but especially now, speaking about my dear friend. I was present at the beatification of Mother Teresa. Now, here I am in Rome waiting anxiously, like so many other hundreds of thousands that will be present at the canonization. Just on Sunday at 10:30, we will be there with the Holy Father to recognize the sanctity. Even though I have to tell you this, I knew Mother Teresa for a long time. Since the Second Vatican Council, when she was just probably an unknown nun, you know, at that time. And yet I went to be with her in so many different ways, helping her, being with the sisters, the missionaries of charity, and like having this kind of personal relationship with Mother. So you can imagine how I will feel when a person whom you already know is a saint, because she was a saint to us even before this coming Sunday, being proclaimed by Pope Francis.
Now, of course, Holy Scripture tells us to be anxious about nothing, but we're human, and you're looking forward to this with great expectation, I know, with the canonization Mass on Sunday. But I'm just wondering, this time of waiting is a time of reflection. Is there one experience that you can share with us that typifies your friend, Mother Teresa?
Well, there are so many instances that I could refer to you, but especially this one, I will never forget. And I have a picture probably that you can show, you know, the last visit of Mother Teresa to New York. And someone took the picture of the two of us. She was in a wheelchair, and she was kind of sickly to no end. And it's interesting that in this cheap camera, you have, remember those cheap cameras with a date? And I left the date. It's the 24th of June, 1997. And she's telling me, you know, what we had done together, you know, before, here and there, whatever, in Rome, and all the other things, even in Moscow, you know, during the time of the communist regime, you know, and so on and so forth. That was the beginning of her presence there in Moscow. I mean, the sisters of the missionaries of charity. But then all of a sudden she says, well, now we have something else to do. And I said, Mother, you go home and rest. You know, with Mother Teresa, you had, you know, to speak that way. You know, there was kind of friendship. And what happened was that the Lord actually called her, not even 2.5 months after that, on the 5th of September, 1997. Just to give you a glimpse of the great lady and the great lesson that she had been, and the great example that is giving to us. There is no time frame for us. Whatever the Lord tells us to do, Mother would say, we have to do. And whatever we can do, we should always do it with love.
And that's the key, the truth spoken in love. And obviously, she was a woman, petite, slight in stature, but she was absolutely fearless when delivering her message. And for example, she was invited to Washington earlier than when she received the Congressional Medal of Honor, the National Prayer Breakfast in 1994, when she spoke about the value of life. And she didn't mince any words, sitting there or standing and speaking with President Clinton, who at that point in time using the euphemism pro-choice. Let's listen to what Mother Teresa said, speaking truth to power.
Abortion just leads to more abortion. Any country that accepts abortion is not teaching its people to love one another, but to use any violence to get what they want. This is why the greatest destroyer of love and peace is abortion. Our sisters are here. Anybody who doesn't want the child, please give it to me. I want the child.
And so at that moment, go ahead, Monsignor.
You remember, these are the same words that she said in front of the King of Norway when she received the Nobel Peace Prize. She said, well, listen, I know, Your Majesty, that probably you might find some children here who are not wanted. Well, I'm taking them right now. And naturally, everyone was so taken by what she said that she actually began doing that kind of work there. She used to insist with me, remember, the past is gone. The future is yet to come. What counts is the present. Let us begin now. That is what she said. And she lived that message. Let us do ordinary things with extraordinary love. And that's what she did. That's what we should do. I mean, it's a call that we receive from God, and we have to respond to that call. She was not, let me put it this bluntly this way. We consider her to be a wonderful nun and so on and so forth. She was an extraordinary human being. She came down from that beautiful place where she was living almost in luxury, at the high school in Calcutta. She left to serve the poorest among the poor, but to serve everybody else. She used to come to my Mass every time that she was in Rome. I had spent 26 years in the Vatican, and I would say Mass every Saturday at 6:30 at San Gregorio al Cielo, and she would be there. She would be in the back of the chapel, kneeling down until the end. And then after the prayers, she would come to the sacristy, well, to get a blessing, but also to chat a little bit about my homilies.
Monsignor, you have given us such wonderful personal remembrances. It will make the canonization for those viewing here in the United States even more special. We thank you for your time tonight, Monsignor Hilary Franco. And that'll do it for tonight. We'll be looking for you again tomorrow night. Until then, stay brave, stay free, stay tuned, and thanks for watching.